Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video of Android Studio series, we are going to see about ListViews and Spinner. Basically, they are UI elements which will be helpful to show a bunch or an array of items to the user. So let's see about how to create them. So now I have created a project named ListView and Spinner. And right here, if you don't know about how to create a project, please do check out my first video. And now let me get into main activity.xml file and let me switch to design view. Right here, I'm going to search for ListView. And I have the component right here. I can drag and drop it here. And you can see that we have a layout, width and height. I'm going to say this as match parent and match parent. After doing this, so I'm going to constrain this to the parent layout. And once after constraining this, I should give an ID for this list view, and let me say this as country. And once after giving this, let me get into main activity.java file. Right here, I'm going to say private list view. Here I'm going to say set variable, and I'm going to create the method. And after creating the method, right here I'm going to say list view is equal to find view by id r.id.country. So once after setting the variable, now I'm going to create another method which is going to be set array list. So basically, when I have to show a list of items to the user, so in order to have it as a set, we can directly import it from any external things, for example like any databases like Firebase or Room or SQLite, but we don't have any ideas about how databases work. We'll also be covering about databases in our future video, but right now I'm going to use array list for now. So let me create this set array list method. Right here I'm going to create an array list. So let's say array list, and its data type is going to be string, and I'm going to give this name as country. Is equal to new array list, and I'm going to say country dot add So now that I have added a bunch of country names right here, so I'm going to set these country names to our list. So in order to do that, I should add an adapter. Basically, we have created an array list which has a bunch of arrays available in it. And in order to show them in the UI, we have to set an adapter. And when we are working with these kinds of list view and spinner view, so spinners, we will be using default adapters but still you can create your own adapter. And right now I'm not going to do that. I would be showing you about how to create an adapter on yourself in the future video while working with Recycler View. Right now let me say array adapter, and within inside I'm going to give string. In here I'm going to say this is country adapter. Within this I'm going to pass three variables. Number one is going to be the context, so you can see that we have context here, and we have to provide the layout resource, and we should also provide the array list that we are going to use, so that is the object. So let me pass the context as this. So here I'm going to use r.layout.list item, but here one issue is that we are using a layout from Android package. So in order to use that, you should say Android dot r dot layout dot list simple list item underscore 1. I'm going to use this. So in order to use this simple list item 1 layout, you should go with Android package. So only then you can use this because it's inside this package. So for now, let me say this adapter to be country. And once after setting all of these, I should say ListView.set adapter to be country adapter. So once after setting this, let me run and test my application. So now we have our lists available right here. But on click of this list, we don't see anything happening here. So let's make this list view functionable. So in order to do that, I'm going to say here set on click, and I'm going to create this method. And once after creating this method, I'm going to say ListView.set on item click listener new adapter.on item click listener. So here you can see that we have our adapter and we have our view and our int I and long L. I'll be explaining about what these are right now. So here I'm going to simply create a toast message which would be saying that clicked. Here I should say country dot get, and we have to pass in our position. But before that, if you notice one thing, that we are getting an error with our country, that is our application, our ID is actually not recognizing country. The reason is because I have created the variable array list, which is a string variable named country. This variable is inside set array list, and that is the reason that our set on click is not recognizing the country. So in order to make this recognizable, I should first say, so you can see that we are calling our set on click after set array list. So you can say country.add right here, we can set the adapter right here, we can also set the list view adapter right here. But the declaration statement should be as instance, so that we can say, and I'm going to say this as private. And once after saying this as private, right here I'm going to say get position. So the position is I. So when we click on the item, the item's position will be returned here. So in order to get the position, I'm going to say I and plus click. So let me refresh the application and check if that's working properly. So now that we have our application running successfully, so here I'm going to click in India and it says India clicked. I hope I've given a small letter for this. So now when I hit in India, it says India clicked, and when I hit in Japan, it says Japan clicked. So now our list view is working fine. Now I'm going to create a spinner with this. So in order to create a spinner, I'm going to get into design view and search for spinner, and you can see that we have a spinner right here. So I'm gonna put this up in here. So once after putting this up here, it's going to be in the top, actually not inside this list view, in the top. This is the issue with the design view, it's not actually go what you wanted there. So I'm going to say I'm going to give this an ID and let it be spinner, and So now that I have created my spinner, and once after setting the variable here, I'm going to create a bunch of array lists. In order to do that, I should say so. Now I have added some 4 names to this array list, and I'm going to set an adapter. So here I'm going to say array adapter string dot name adapter equal to new array adapter, and within here I'm going to pass the context as this, and android dot r dot layout dot spinner. So you can see that we have simple spinner drop down item. So once you do this, you can set this spinner dot set adapter, and this is going to be name adapter. Once after setting the array list and setting the adapter, now we have to also set an on-click listener. So spinner dot set on item clicked listener new adapter dot on item clicked listener. So I'm gonna simply copy this code and paste it right. So here I'm gonna change this to be names.get, and here I'm gonna create another toast message which is going to say toast main activity. This here I'm gonna say no item is selected in this bin. So after this, I'm gonna refresh the application and check if everything works fine. So actually we cannot see anything here, and the reason is because we forgot to add something here. So we should also say the array list that we're going to insert in. So let's say this to be names, and now let me refresh the application and check if it's working. So here you can see that we have the spinner working successfully. So here you can see our spinner's name, so you can see Don clicked and hidden May clicked. So our spinner view is working successfully. So that's it for this video. Have a nice day. Thank you.